evening. I'm Tasha Myers. I would have started having problems when I was like around 13, 14. At school, couldn't see properly, just thought it was just one of those things. But I never really got diagnosed till I was 18 years old. At that point in time, they said they didn't want to give me the contacts because I have really bad allergies. But then I was wearing glasses, it was getting worse. So that is when I met Dr. Barker then it was then called Imperial Optical, now Harcourt. And so he would have been the first person to actually give me the contact lens. So I've been wearing lenses now for 25 years. I actually do piggyback. So my cornea now is so badly out of shape that I have to wear both soft and hard because the eyes can no longer take the hard lens on its own.
Keratoconus is the condition, and if you're just hearing about it, we have had a few conversations on Mornin Barbados, and I can tell you we will have some more in the future. But today, being World Sight Day, we're focusing on the eyes. Yes, the eyes have it today, and we're going to tell you about a golf tournament that's coming up. There's a lot of fundraising that has to be done. Keratoconus Barbados is an organization that's just months old, but Roseanne Myers is at the helm. She's the founder. She too has her personal story, and today she's brought along some friends and partners who are all sharing the same cause. So Roseanne, good morning to you. Roseanne Myers, founder of Keratoconus Barbados.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Barbados, and a happy World Sight Day.
Yes, I also want to introduce you to the other guests with us this morning. We have Kerry Anne Ifill closer to me. She is the president of the National United Society of the Blind. Great to have you with us as well.
Good morning, Cassandra, and good morning, Barbados.
And we also have with us two visiting guests. We have Andy Gilford.
Morning, Cassandra. Good morning, Barbados.
And we also have Bob Banks, and they are both blind golfers representing the UK and the USA respectively. Good morning to you as well, Bob.
Good morning, Cassandra.
All right. So we're going to share this microphone this morning, but Roseanne, I want to give you the first opportunity to give us an overview, a quick overview of Keratoconus Barbados.
Absolutely.
And certainly what you're looking to do.
Absolutely. Keratoconus is a condition of the cornea, which is rated, people call it rare, but we are finding that there are quite a few people in Barbados, especially young children with keratoconus. So we launched the charity. Actually, we came to Mornin Barbados before we actually launched, and it's just 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, our three objectives: to raise awareness, which we continue to do, to raise funds. Our target was 200,000 to buy the Pentacam machine, which I'm happy to report, Cassandra, that we did get a donor.
Fantastic.
At 166,000. The machine is on the way to Barbados.
Good.
To be installed at the QEH November the 27th or around there.
Well done.
Our third objective was to do some research. So in November, we launched two research projects, hopefully November and December, looking at keratoconus specifically, and then looking at the wider, perhaps issues of sight in Barbados. We are very pleased to be able to help ourselves with a very novel concept, blind golf. In my research, I found out about blind golf and felt that rather than do just a fundraising golf tournament, that we would add an element of inviting two blind golfers, and there are different variations of blind, which Andy and Bob will tell you about, but invite two blind golfers to come down and show us how it is played when you're sight impaired. And even more tremendously, my good friend Kerry Anne here said, well, we have to get the Barbadian children involved.
Absolutely.
So we have a clinic this evening teaching Barbadian children how to play blind golf. I'm hoping in a couple of years we will have our own Barbadian blind golf team.
Nice. We have cricket, so golf is next. Yeah.
And these kids already play. Some of them play blind cricket, and we're going to be playing blind golf. So on Saturday is the match, October the 12th, Barbados Golf. We've had phenomenal support. My tourism partners have really been in support because we see the bigger vision.
Yeah.
It's actually a tie-in between helping the charity and raising the awareness that Barbados is open for business to those persons who are differently able.
Yeah.
And we want to host the first blind golf tournament in the region next year.
That's what we're talking about. You see, this keeps coming up, 2020.
2020.
Big things are happening, 2020.
Absolutely.
Vision, huh? It's
Vision 2020.
Interesting play on the words.
Well,
though.
it's directly because of that we're
Yes.
trying to do what we're doing.
All right. So let me just hear from Kerry Anne Ifill quickly about you know, I imagine this must mean a lot to you, knowing that there is another organization fighting for a similar cause.
Oh, definitely. We have the National United Society of the Blind that I'm president of, and the Barbados Association for the Blind and Deaf, the oldest organization dealing with blindness issues, and of course the Barbados Council for the Disabled, that's the umbrella body. But in addition to all of that, it is really exciting to have such a big focus on World Sight Day, and Monday is White Cane Day. Today the theme is Vision First. So we are encouraging everybody to go out there, get their sight checks done, not ignore the problem, especially those of us who live with other pre-existing conditions. But in addition to all of that, we in the National United Society of the Blind, we always say there is life after blindness, hence blind golf. And so we're really excited to be a part of this process. Today, we are partnering with another group, the Lions Club of Bridgetown, and we are holding Dialogue in the Dark at Massey Pierhead.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. It's encouraging people to understand what it is to live with blindness and other conditions. And then the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, their ophthalmic department, they're hosting an exhibition in the department today. And the NUSB is holding a booth at that as well, along with the Barbados Association for the Blind and Deaf. So there's lots of activity going on today. And Monday, we're stressing the independence of the blind and visually impaired.
White Cane Day.
Yes, on White Cane
Tell
Day.
me briefly what that encapsulates.
What that encapsulates is a lot of people see us out with our canes. Some people don't understand it. Other people think it's an object of pity. And then there's some people who are visually impaired who don't want the cane because they know that it's going to stigmatize them. But White Cane Day is not about that. White Cane Day is about making people understand the dignity that your cane gives to you, the opportunity to be free and independent, to be able to go where you need to go when you want to go there, to be able to take back charge of your life. And the cane is just the first step along that pathway. There's so many other things I can talk about, Cassandra, that empowers the blind, but that is what White Cane Day is all about.
Well, you know, you have that invitation. You can always come back and share with us, but I appreciate that insight. I want to also include Bob and Andy in the conversation, but I know that Kerry Anne Ifill, you know that she's one person who doesn't just talk the talk. She has been a champion of independence as someone affected by blindness. She has just done, you know, all that she's talked about. So Bob, let's hear about your visit and what you're looking forward to most.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here. I'm from the United States. I'm a player and a representative of the United States Blind Golf Association. It's an association of players that are primarily, of course, in the United States, but we also compete both regionally and internationally across the waters over in England and such. And so I'm hoping to come here on the island and help introduce blind golf both to Barbadians and others that might pass on the word, not only to the children that we'll be introduced to today, but also to others that are visually impaired or blind as well.
Yeah. Do you feel like you got all the opportunities that you needed and deserved to really have that spirit of independence built up and encouraged, you know?
No, that's a very good point. I think blind golf definitely brought forward a lot of that independence and joy of experience a sport that I thought was once done in my life when I lost my vision. So I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to be able to play the sport.
And the thing about it, the reality is none of us know. I mean, you may not be born blind, but something could happen to you during the course of your life that could change all the dynamics. So let's hear from you, Andy. Andy is representing the UK. Tell us a little bit about you.
Good morning. Basically, I took up golf when I was about 15. I've been registered blind since birth. It's probably one of the sports that you least expect to play with a visual impairment because of the skill and what's involved in golf. But blind golf, as Bob will agree with me, is very much a team game. We can't play without our guides. So our guides are basically our eyes on the golf course.
Right.
And as you just pointed out there, this can happen to anybody. There'll be people watching today, perfect sight, might be golfers, and one day your sight will go. And if golf, blind golf realistically, through England and Wales blind golf and international blind golf, basically gave me a purpose in life. I really struggled as a child accepting my condition, and as Kerry Anne explained there, white cane, there was a stigmatism, you don't want to accept it, and it's very hard at times to accept, but through sport it's given a lot of people a purpose in life, and through the vision through Kerry Anne and Roseanne and Barbados to bring blind golf to Barbados and the Caribbean. Hopefully we can build more countries involved in blind golf. There's 13 around the world at the moment. We're trying to grow on that. There's 3 categories in blind golf: totally blind, B2, which is 5% or less, and B3, which is 10% or less.
Right.
And if you fall into that category, please just try it. As I say, it can open up a world that's... I've lived my dreams through blind golf. As a child, my dreams were once to play in a Ryder Cup. I play now in Ryder Cups for blind golf.
Amazing.
Bob plays in world events as well. So please just give it a try. But like I said, please come along and support the day at Barbados and support Keratoconus charity.
Sounds good to me. You know, Roseanne, we're going to give you the final words, the key things that you want Barbadians to remember, because you have a lot that you have big plans.
Keratoconus Barbados, we feel that the best way for us to focus is patient-centered care. And whether or not you are suffering with keratoconus, this is World Sight Day. There are many conditions out there. It is really about the patient being empowered to find out more and more about the condition. So we're about awareness and education first. The golf tournament really raises awareness in a fun way. It doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. We're going to be on the most beautiful golf course.
Telling me.
And the kids from the Irving Wilson School are really excited to go out and play blind golf. Our vision for 2020 is to bring a full blind golf tournament to Barbados, and we're going to work really, really hard on that. And then our big picture is to look at whether we can improve primary vision care. So we want to raise funds next year to buy or to lease a fully mobile vision testing unit that will go from school to school. And at 5 and at 8 and at 12 and at 14, you should know your status. You should know exactly where you are in terms of vision, and we should be able to deal with the issues early.
Excellent. All right. That October 12th event.
October 12th, 1 o'clock, we're going to tee off at the Barbados Golf Course. Few spots still left for golfers to sign up, but after we had a fabulous silent auction. $100 donation, several items, staycations, and so on offer. So join us for the 6 o'clock. And we have a special introduction to Casey cones.
All right.
Casey cones is a special type of snow cone.
Oh, dear.
In keeping with our condition that becomes more conical. And it's going to have a little rum flavor for the Barbados.
Oh, dear. Well, I like that.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
All right.
We are dealing with the conditions that we have and with joy. But we're going to work to help others.
You got to keep coming back and chatting with us. Keep us updated when that equipment arrives at the QEH. We want to know as well. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Andy Gilford, representing the UK, Bob Banks, representing the USA, Kerry Anne Ifill, President of the National United Society of the Blind, and Roseanne Myers, the founder of Keratoconus Barbados. We wish you a great World Sight Day, and thank you for sharing and trying to build on this cause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Save the date, guys, October 12th at that beautiful golf course in Barbados. One of the beautiful ones. 7:38, we'll take a quick break, and we've got lots more still to share with you.
Thank you.